if you want to take a look at the new NATASHA DENONA tan palette, swatches from the palette, as well as some comparisons from bronzers that I have, maybe some of the highlighter shades that I have, a demo, then please keep on watching. Thank you so much for clicking. If it's your first time here, my name is Alicia and KINKYSWEAT stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves beauty. On my channel you will find movement tutorials, makeup reviews, how-tos, hair things as well, everything in between. I was on the fence about this, friends. I was like, don't buy it, you don't need it, because remember I mentioned I was trying to cut down on the buying. I am happy to report that I did not buy still the new Shayla and ColourPop eyeshadow palette. I did not pick up Main Squeeze. I did not buy the new Juvia's Place palette, and I'm trying to save my money. If I really want something, I have to make a decision. I can't get it all. And I didn't get anything from the Aladdin collection either. I had my radar on the Dior Glow palette, which I have. Yes, the new one, because the Dior store here at NYC is like the only store, like stand-up store that has it. You want to see a review on that, let me know down below. And the NATASHA DENONA store right now is the only store that has it in-house until June, where Sephora will have it in stores. So timestamps will be down below if you want to skip over to any portion you want to see right away, but I'm just going to present some thoughts first. I initially wasn't going to buy the tan palette because, one, I have both of the Light and Lovegasm palettes from Charlotte Tilbury, and although I love them, I do feel guilty that, again, I am a skin tone that I feel is pretty well represented in the makeup industry right now in terms of shade availability and shade ranges. And a lot of you had expressed your disappointment and overall just over itness about the fact that a lot of these luxury brands still do not come out with shades deep enough for several skin tones, several. And I understand it's frustrating, and I never want to appear ignorant of the fact. And I know I can't make everyone happy, but I also know I never want to make anyone feel excluded. And I felt a certain way. I was like, maybe I shouldn't buy the tan palette, because if someone can't use it, then what are they going to get out of this review? But if you are around my skin tone, maybe you want to see the review because you are thinking about buying it. I do struggle with this, friends, and I'm really sorry if you feel you're like, Alicia, like, this is great, but I can't buy this, it's just not deep enough. Like, I totally get it. So if you want to see me on another video, an eyeshadow video, I totally understand. And I even said in the store, I'm like, when is NATASHA gonna make the deeper shades? And they're like, they're working on it. I'm like, I feel like they've been working on it for a while. It doesn't feel like it's a priority to them, which is not news to us, right? Creating darker shades is not a priority for a lot of these companies. That's why you have companies like Juvia's Place and a lot of Black-owned makeup brands that take it upon themselves to present shades that are deep enough, rich enough to show up on deeper skin tones on the skin tone spectrum. And then there was the scandal with the NATASHA DENONA swatches, and not just her, but a lot of brands that present swatches that are clearly have been tampered with in terms of saturation and overall color change. Could I choose to not buy her makeup? Absolutely. But I also feel dialogue needs to happen. I'm gonna write an email just to ask, hey, do you have another palette in the works for deeper skin tones? I know a lot of people who will be more than happy to drop $55 who are on the deeper skin tone range to buy NATASHA DENONA products, because her formula is amazing and I feel everyone should have an opportunity to try it and to benefit from it. So with that said, thank you for listening to this first portion of the video. I had to get that off my chest, but if you need to share your view down below, I totally understand. And if you choose to watch this anyway and the palette can't benefit you, I really appreciate your support, and hopefully we could ignite a change soon. That's not going to take a gajillion years. Went over to the NATASHA DENONA store. It's still in like the unit carton that it came in on, like in the bigger box. So we're gonna open that up. Wow, this is like so well packed. Wow, here is the box. I mean, this is like a copper dream, and the metallic finish with the ND logo on there. Oh, it's so like bronzy and ugh. We got a little flap to open the box. Oh, nope. Well, that flap didn't help at all. Wow. Here it is. That is, you could even see my tripod. Look how mirrored that is. This screams tan. Absolutely. I'm sorry my nails aren't painted. Don't be mad at me. Here is the Bloom palette next to it. It has like that same mirrored finish. It is just the tan though, like back to front, mirrored, shiny, and gorgeous. Some quick details on this palette. It is $55. We were all severely disappointed when we saw that in fact this palette was not going to become available for purchase during the insider sale for Sephora, which sucked because I think we were all counting on that release date, and now it's in June. What are you gonna do? Again, $55 is the retail price. We're looking at a suggested shelf life of 18 months. This palette is made in Italy. Also noted, it is paraben free, not tested on animals, and there's a very small sticker with the palette graph here. It's numbered and it kindly provides us with the ounceage, so here we go. Each pan is different. The Glow Cream Base weighs in at 2.8 grams or 0.09 ounces. Super Glow 3.5 grams or 0.12 ounces. Blush and Powder Bronze 2.5 grams or 0.08 ounces. Glow Impact Powder 3.2 grams or 0.11 ounces. Oh, I didn't even open this yet. I did swatch it in store because they had the tester, but here it is. Fresh. Ooh. I got so excited about showing you the actual product, but forgot to mention the product details. Here we go. The Glow Cream Base is a hydrating luminous cream highlighter to give skin the ultimate lit from within radiant glow. Super Glow is a super soft highlighting powder that gives skin an intense ethereal glass-like glow. We like that. This lightweight formula contains high levels of crushed and milled chroma crystals mixed with crushed pearls. Oh my gosh. Glow Impact Powder, apparently a new formula, is a multi-dimensional metallic highlighting powder with a soft focus HD finish and a velvety smooth texture. Blush and Bronze Powder is a powder with a smooth velvety texture that melts into skin for seamless shaping, effortless blending, and maximum effort. It's so shiny and new. I don't want to mar it, you know what I mean? It looks gorgeous. So as you know, if you don't know from what we've seen in the Bloom palette, you have the flap here that protects the cream product. But what's unusual with this palette in comparison to Bloom, we actually only have one cream product in this palette. The Bloom palette has two cream makeup items in here. It has the Glow Cream Base, sorry, I don't want to blind you, the Glow Cream Base and the actual cream blush, whereas we only have in this palette for the tan the Glow Cream Base, which is here, and then this is actually the Super Glow powder. I'm not sure if this is the same Super Glow as the newest addition to her highlighting range, the big highlighters. They came in 3 shades. I'll put it up next to me to confirm that. You have a mirror that has a sticker on it still, so let's take that off. Let's get into these swatches, yeah? This is the plan. Let me present to you the game plan. But first, let me lighten you up a bit more. That's better. We'll go through the swatches. We'll also go through some comparison swatches with the bronzer and the highlighter shades. Then we'll get into the demo. You're like, you already have makeup on. No worries, I got my face halo on standby. I will leave my eye makeup on. I hope you don't mind because I just don't want to mess with this right now. I just almost poked myself in the eye. Good job. We have a Glow Cream Base. The Glow Cream Base is a peachy bronze with a metallic finish. Wow, that's amazing. So the texture on this cream base is just outstanding, incredibly smooth, glides on, and I feel, which we will see in the demo, why am I so dark? Hello? The sun was there, now there are clouds again. I just can't keep up. I just feel it will leave a beautiful finish on the skin and will be a perfect foundation for powder highlighter to layer on, to intensify that shine without the texture. I'm really looking forward to trying that in a bit. Super Glow is a soft gold with a metallic finish. That's absolutely beautiful. Wow. Ooh, it's so warm and golden. I love the tone of that. Blush and bronze powder is a neutral brown with a matte finish. That feels freaking smooth. And I actually saw this in store. I feel it kind of has like a rosy tint to it, don't you think? Compared to, I feel like my Fenty shades, which we're going to swatch next to this in a minute, it's a little rosy in undertone. I really like it. Now the Glow Impact Powder is a warm champagne with a metallic finish. That's super shiny. So here are all the swatches for the Tan and Bronze palette. Is that what the official name is? Tan, Bronze, and Glow. Excuse me. Gorgeous shades. I mean, that super powder or whatever the official name is called. Whew. I also bought the new metallic lips. I didn't think I was gonna buy them, friends, because I'm not even into lip products like that, but it's a metallic liquid lip. Because when I saw Mel's video when she was talking about am I gonna buy it, she thought they were eye products, and I thought as well. And when I discovered like they were lip products, I was like, maybe I'm not die hard about it. But this is a metallic liquid lip. This is the box it came in with, and this is the actual liquid lip, and the box showcases the color because I also have the copper one. The copper one is insane. Do you see the shine? It's very lightweight. It's very liquid matte in terms of the dry down, but the finish is still very much metallic, and it has like sparkles in there. But I love the depth of color of the, what is it called officially? Achromatic. It is gorgeous. I love these types of shades. It's like purpley deep brown. So let's first take these swatches off. I'm going to swatch the Natasha bronzer shade on my arm again, and then we're going to take a look at my current favorite bronzer shades next to it. So here again we have Natasha's bronzer from the Tan, Bronze, and Glow palette. Island Ting from Fenty. Oh wow, that looks super freaking like yellow next to the Natasha one. Wow. Beijing Gal from Fenty. Let me get that again. I gotta get more of... Oh wow, this looks almost like red next to Beijing Gal. This is nuts. I love doing this type of thing. Gets me excited. Now we have Hula Caramel. Oh wow. That's why I hate this box packaging. It's like the worst. All right, Hula Caramel kind of likens to Island Ting. Nowhere near the undertone of the Natasha one. Nowhere near. And why not? I'll do a mini swatch of the Caramel Cutie shade from Fenty Beauty. That one is the deepest out of all the Fenty shades that I have. That's so crazy how the Natasha one still looks so distinctly red in comparison to the other shades. I hate that it's so gray cast right now, but maybe... Oh my god, this lighting is killing me. I hate that it's so gray cast right now, but maybe this allows us to see the true undertones of the bronzer, because sometimes when it's too sunny, it picks up more red. Perhaps this is to our advantage, although I just hate how cool tone I look, you know what I mean? Here's a final look. Again, we have the Natasha shade from the bronze palette, Island Ting, Beijing Gal, Hula Caramel, and Caramel Cutie from Fenty. Oh, wait, I forgot to do the Charlotte swatches. Hold on. Let's get Natasha back on here. Hold on, let me dry my skin first. Here's Natasha again. Let's put her back on the arm. I will now go into Lightgasm. Well, Lovegasm, that's the first one I picked up. So here is the bronzer shade from Lovegasm, Charlotte Tilbury. Oh, I think we got a little more depth from Natasha. Forget it. And the Lightgasm shade is going to be, I mean, beyond lighter than the Natasha one, just from swatching the Lovegasm one. So here, let's move into that. Oh, without a doubt. without a freaking doubt. Yeah, that has a little more richness to it. I mean, these shades I feel are just still so light, and I wish Charlotte would just come out with the deep bronzer shades. Now let's go in with my current favorite highlighter shades, or you know what, well, I've just been using the Charlotte highlighters nonstop ever since I got them, so let's just do that. I'll swatch the Super Glow along with the Impact Powder. So here is the Super Glow from NATASHA, and here is the Impact Powder from NATASHA. Those are the shades again, and let's go in with Lovegasm first. Why not? I'll swatch the gold shade here next to the Glow Impact. Oh wow, okay, Lovegasm is giving me a little more gold. The Impact shade, although might look significantly lighter next to the Lovegasm shade, still is golden in undertone. It's not icy, especially when you see it stand alone. It's still actually, dare I say, peachy. Now let's go into this shade here. Oh, I feel this is more peachy from NATASHA than the shade from Charlotte. Charlotte definitely has a little more like of that pinky shift to it, like it shifts kind of to that shade, if you will. I know this is not the official video for the new Dior Glow, but if you just want to quickly see, oh my gosh, I have this shade on, friends. You don't even know. I layered this on 4 times. It still looked like skin. It just blended smooth, and oh, this is in 002 Glitz. This is called Peach. So this is the peach shade. I'm gonna put it on this side of the swatch bar. Oh, isn't that color simply divine? It's bordering on satin. It's bordering on satin, and I feel that it just facilitates the best highlight finish on skin, because the difference primarily with this formula in comparison to the first Glow palette that released, I think was it last year, is that this has like specks of little glitters, and I don't want you to be scared, but the glitters, man, are so pretty. It just gives you that extra dimensional finish of shine and brightness and reflectivity. I find that if you apply this first and then top it off with this, even if we go in with this shade on top, it's so pretty. It's such a great layering texture. And again, those little flecks in there just pick up light in the most beautiful way, but it still doesn't look chunky or textured. And why not? This is the shade Bronze. I don't think it's the same bronze as in the first palette. Let me see, hold on, let me not start any room. Nope, definitely not. The bronze in the original face palette, the 001 Universal, is a lot deeper than the one found here in 002 Glitz. So that's more like a coppery type of bronze, and this is like a deep type of bronze. So we went off on a little highlight tangent, but it's all good, because if you want a more in-depth demo of 002 Glitz, then let me know. But with that done, comparisons out of the way, let me take off this face, start off some scratch, get some foundation on, and I'll be right back. My foundation today is the Too Faced Born This Way, which is nuts. I haven't used this in a while, in the shade Praline. I'm loving it again. I just, you know, it's okay in covering my hyperpigmentation, but I really love how the coverage still makes my skin appear like skin and not overly made up. I am just gonna do a little bit of that. One side I will set with powder, the other I will just have the foundation as is. Because I just applied concealer to this side, I'll apply loose powder with my Refer number 6 using the Milk Makeup Blur and Set loose setting powder in the shade Medium. I'm gonna do the press and roll. I also have my Giorgio Armani Power Fabric concealer in the shade 6, and I lightly pressed that set with the Hourglass Translucent Veil with a damp beauty sponge. The Too Faced Born This Way dries down to a natural finish. It doesn't dry down as matte as my NYX Professional Can't Stop Won't Stop foundation, or dare I say the Hourglass Vanish Liquid Seamless. It still has a little like bounce to it, and I'm curious to see how the powder formula from Natasha performs on this type of set down for the foundation. Feel like you're a little, okay, that's so much better. Found the angle of life. Okay, I'm excited. I'm trying to figure out what brush should I use. I'm teetering between the Sonia J Face Pro or the Inoshige Pro. I think I want to do Inoshige. Let's go in on the powdered side first. So we're gonna pat that down. So you get a lot of product fast. You see that? I'm going to, you know, do that just to kind of get it off a little bit. And then let's start going in. Oh, wow. I love this shade. That is a gorgeous shade. Keep in mind, it is labeled as a blush and bronze. If we wanted, we could also get a little more blend happy near the cheeks and not exclusively just under the cheekbone area, you know? Oh my goodness. This powder is beyond smooth. I would say it acts more of a powder. I don't know if you can see the little bit of kickback here in the pan. It has a touch more than the Fenty powders, but still unbelievably easy to blend. I mean, my skin, despite that we applied loose powder on the foundation, it does not look textured at all. It looks gorgeous. Why do I have this thing on my face? I don't know if you can see the texture of my skin. I'm gonna cut down the exposure on purpose. Don't mind, I'm undergoing a little bit of a situation right now, so just ignore that. If you can see the texture, I'll turn my head again and keep it this way. I don't think it's textured at all. I still feel the powder is lightweight, very smooth, does not look cakey. What do you think? I am unhappy with this shade, and it does work out on the cheeks as well. It definitely is like a blush bronzer type of situation. I agree wholeheartedly. Using the same brush now on the unset side, this doesn't have to be your circumstances. I'm simply, you know, this is a review. I want to put it through the hello, you're gonna focus on me. I want to put this powder through the ringer, if you will. So let's take a little bit of that again, but on the unset side. I think it's behaving on the unset side as well. Oh, and I forgot to mention, I have to do a get ready with me because there are so many things I want to speak about, but I feel like I get off topic. I shaved my face. I'm waiting to do a skincare update because there are a lot of products that I'm trying, and I'm looking to get my routine unlocked before I do that video, so hang on tight. But I did shave my face, and this is not because of that. So this was just something I should have left alone, and I didn't. And if I just relied on my products to make it come to the surface and pop a little bit instead of trying to pop it myself, it would have been fine. Unset side looks good, friends. What do you think? Not too bad. It looks phenomenal. That is so pretty. I cannot take it. I love the tone. I look tan. I look freaking tan. Like this is amazing. I'm trying not to gloat because some of you are like, I can't wear that. Shut up. It's all right. It's all right, shade. Natasha always has tutorials with her products. Now, I went in with the blush and bronze shade first, but I believe what she does is she'll go in with her sponge with the glow cream base. So that's what I'm gonna do. This is a Morphe sponge. It's probably like the only thing I love from Morphe is their sponge. I'm gonna dab that on and around the cheekbone area. Oh, well, that's fun. It's like so, I'm trying to see if I could compare this to the Hollywood Flawless Filter, which, you know what, quickly, that's what I'm gonna do actually. I'm gonna quickly swatch the cream base to the Hollywood filter, but that is really nice. It's so easy to apply with the sponge. I'm sure equally as easy with fingers. Oh wow, I love the tone of it. I love the texture. I just really appreciate that it's not icy at all. It still has that peachiness to it. That's beautiful. I didn't set with a lot of powder on and around my eye area, but I am confident, much like the Hollywood Flawless Filter. First, this is from the Tan Bronze and Glow. Hollywood Flawless Filter from Charlotte in the shade number 3, light medium. Oh yeah, that's definitely lighter. This is something I would put on top of this, but I feel because again of its really beautiful peachy undertone, it just looks so beautiful on its own. And dare I say, it's almost like a satin type of finish. It gives the skin beautiful radiance, and that cream texture, I feel you could achieve that with, especially if you're a dry skin type, normal to dry even. Oily skin, I don't want to say is completely cream to powder, because even now it still feels a little tapped. If you insist on using it, if you're normal to oily or oily, I will definitely set with the powder just to make sure it doesn't start to break down. But typically though, even if you're oily, I feel this portion of your face doesn't get as oily as maybe down and around the jawline and cheek area, especially in your T-zone. So I feel you might be safe here if you're oily in using the Glow Cream Base. Let's now go in with the Super Glow. I'm very excited. What do I want to use? Hello. This is the Refer fan brush phototype that I've been loving. The long bristles just make it so easy to apply highlighter. Oh my god, that. Oh, this is so amazingly gorgeous. You're like, Alicia, what about Charlotte? Listen, I'm just gonna use all these palettes all at once. Summertime is gonna be all about this freaking palette and the Glowgasm palettes, I'm telling you. Oh, even over the cream base, the layering does not look textured at all. It looks simply smooth, shiny, radiant. Just look at that reflect. Oh my god. Calm down. Relax. I can't help myself. I just simply cannot help myself. Let's now go with the same Refer Prototype fan brush, the Glow Impact Powder here. I'm like, not ready. What? Oh yeah, that bumps it up. That bumps it up. Oh wow. The shine on these highlighters, unbelievable. Oh my goodness, I love this. This is a rare moment where I could just rely on a bronze type shade to also give me a little bit of a flush on the cheeks. But I also have the Bloom palette on standby. Here is the highlighter and the bronze blush color from the Tan Bronze and Glow palette on its own. What do you think? The texture here is still smooth despite the fact that we applied like 3 different freaking highlighters. Now let's dive into Bloom, because oh my gosh, this shade, taking my Refer number 5 and I'm just getting a little bit there, right between like the highlighter and the bronze. I'm pulling it down a little bit because I want to trying to create like that sunburnt look. We want to look sunburnt and bronze. So pretty. Also a little bit across the nose, just here on the forehead. And why not? I'm actually going to take my sponge again, but now the cream base from the Bloom palette, and put it more right here on tops of the cheeks. Taking my Refer Prototype fan brush, I'm gonna do the Dual Glow, just why not? Ooh! Here's the thing. I know you're all wondering, Alicia, Charlotte Tilbury Glowgasm, or I should say Lovegasm, or the NATASHA Denona. Ooh, that's hard. You know what it is. The Glowgasm palettes have the bronzer, the highlighter, the blush shade, and the blush shade topper. It's a little more of a comprehensive experience in terms of you wanting to bronze or bronze and blush or just highlight, and the layering capabilities I feel are far greater than that of the Tan Bronze and Glow. The Tan Bronze and Glow palette is just straight up bronze. but because of the tone of the bronzer, you can get away with it being its own blush shade as well. I just wanted to combine bloom and tan and glow just because I feel like they go well together, but you certainly don't have to. And I feel for those who express their disappointment in not seeing the bronze shade from Lovegasm show up on their skin tone, I feel if you're my skin tone, maybe 2 shades deeper than me, maybe 3, that this shade from the tan palette will show up. I don't have the mini bronze and glow. I don't know if this is the same shade. I don't think it is. I think the shade is a little deeper and richer than the one in that mini bronze and glow duo. Let me know, but it's so hard because I love them all. If you are in a budget and you can only get one, listen, the NATASHA DENONA is $55 and the Charlotte is $75. Like, if you already have a blush that you have and you have like other blush topper shades that you could finagle with this palette, I feel this is worth getting over the Lovegasm. I do. And I love that palette. I got it during the sale, so it came down. Well, I got Lovegasm from Nordy's, but I had a note, so it came down to $60, which I feel justifies the purchase a little more. I think $75 is expensive. Even the formula, as amazing as it is still steep, you know what I mean? Here they are side by side. I mean, again, you're getting a little more here than you are from the tan and bronze and tan and bronze and glow. I just love the bronzer in this palette more so than this palette. I do. And the fact that you have this cream base that, I don't know, it just is such a beautiful texture, and I love the finish it leaves on the skin and how it sets up the powder products here in the palette. Listen, I love this too, man. It's a hard toss. It really is, because this is an incredible formula as well. I think it all comes down to, if you want to wait until the bronze and glow is available in Sephora and you just need to bring your own brushes, sit at the beauty studio and try both of them on and just take pictures in the store and bring a friend and say which one looks better, because in the end you just have to choose the one that's going to be better for your skin texture, for your skin type, and your lifestyle. This is probably the best pick for the person who wanted Lovegasm, but they were like, I'm not gonna use all of this. I'm simply going to use these 2 shades because that's pretty much all I use on a daily basis in my makeup routine. And to spend $75 on ultimately 2 shades because you're not going to use the others is ridiculous. If you love bronzer though and you love highlighter, that's basically what you're going to get in this palette, and $55 is still a lot. But it's cheaper than the Glowgasm, so I'm just giving myself a quick zhuzh around. Oh, I love that shade. It's so pretty. I'm also going to do a spritz with my watermelon mist. I was gonna say Peach and Lily. That's the wrong brand. Glow Recipe. Ooh, that really set it up real nice. And just for kicks, if you want to see what Copper Gild looks like, Copper Gild is sickening. It is so shiny. Like, it's ridiculous how shiny this freaking lipstick is. I cut down the exposure a little bit just so you can see everything in not so bright of a color, but see the finish of the liquid metallic lip. But just look at that brightness. Look at that brightness. Isn't that so pretty? That is it, my friends. I can't recommend this palette enough. I love it. I still keep in mind how it is just 1 shade. Some of you might be upset that it's too deep for you, but when you think about it, you could always adjust the color. I know if the tone is off, the tone is off and there's nothing you can do about it. And I will say this is, I don't want to say it's on the warmer side. It's, even though it says it's neutral, in comparison to the other bronzer shades that we saw, it's almost like a neutral rosy type of undertone. It's very strange, and I feel it's like that because, again, you can use it as a blush. If you're looking for more of a neutral matte, I wouldn't say this is neutral because it doesn't look gray on me. It gives my skin that perfect tone of tan and bronze. I loved how it added dimension to my skin. I wouldn't use this as a contour, absolutely not. And neutral can mean different things. Like, this is what Natasha's neutral is. I mean, you saw how neutrally warm Biba Barbecue, her eyeshadow palette, is, and according to her, this is what a neutral undertone is. Dare I say, this shade leans more warm than anything. There have been so many light changes in this one video, it is killing me. If you are a lighter skin tone than me and you feel it's too dark, you can still adjust it. You just have to make sure you use a fluffier brush that's not going to pick up as much product and carefully build. It's tougher though if you're deeper. There's just nothing you can do about it. If the color is not deep enough, it's just not deep enough. I still wanted to film this video again because if you're around my skin tone and you are really looking into getting the tan palette from Natasha Denona, you just wanted to see the comparison swatches and kind of figure out what you're looking for. And despite the powder formula in the Natasha Denona palette being definitely more powder than the gelée type of formula from Charlotte, I still think the powder formula from Natasha's palette is user-friendly. If you have the right brush and you have that right pressure and the foundation is set, if you have to set it, or use a foundation that you don't have to set, you will still get a beautiful finish. And I do think it's still foolproof despite it being more powdery than the one in Charlotte. And when I say powdery, not at all a lot of kickback. It's not dry in texture, but I do feel it takes on more of a traditional powder type of formula than the Glowgasm one. Let me know, friends, if you had your eye on the Bronze and Glow palette. If you're thinking about that instead of getting the Glowgasm palettes from Charlotte, then let me know down below. And that, my friends, is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you on here again with another tutorial, review, how to, or something. Take care, and I'll see you again soon. Ooh, looking vampy. Gotta lift you a little bit. Can't see. Oh, that's better. Thank you so much for clicking. I had a moment, I was like, ooh, are you not recording? But I'm recording. We're doing okay. So needs to drink more water. And of course, this is like impossible to take off. Jeez. Ugh. Of course my battery's running out already. It's typical. Bye, be right back.